Vikram and Betal stories. The truth. After many attempts, Vikramaditya was tired and wanted to consult the yogi if he could give him any suggestion and started walking towards cremation ground. The yogi asked him, "Come Vikramaditya, have you brought the dead body?" Vikramaditya told him everything what happened with him. The yogi said, "But I cannot do anything without the dead body. Time is short. If you will be late, then the muhurt will pass. So bring him soon." Vikramaditya said, "But he tell too many stories. Keep listening and bring him here." Vikramaditya went back to the same tree, pulled him from the tree, put him on his shoulder, and continued his journey. Betal said, "I knew that you will come because you need me very badly," and he laughed at himself. "Why do you laugh?" "I am laughing because sometimes even learned people cannot value the time." Vikramaditya asked, "What do you mean by that?" Betal said, "Listen, I will tell you a story. A trader named Sumant lived in a Kalinga Desha. He had a handsome son named Hemant. Hemant used to travel country to country to trade along with his father. Once he went to the Gandhar Desh for trading. They showed their jewels to his king in the court. The king asked him to show them to the princess in his inner halls. Hemant went in his inner apartment. He was brought to the inner halls under the strict watch. Then he started showing his jewels to the queen. At the same time, Princess Chandraprabha also came there. Hemant was stunned after looking at her. He had been to many kingdoms, but he was never seen such a beauty elsewhere. He got attracted to her. By chance, the princess also fell in love with him. After selling his jewels, he came out of the palace, but he cannot able to forget the princess' beautiful face and her smile. He lost interest in everything. He always thought about the princess. There was a strict watch in her palace. He could not go there. He went around the palace several times in the hope that he might see her once, but all the time he got no luck and was disappointed. He did not say a word about his feelings. He refused to go back from Gandhar Desh. Then one of his helpers went to inform his father, and rest remained with him. He was staying near the main gate of the palace. After few days, there came a tantric named Bhutdev. After learning Tantra, one of the Hemant's servants went to him hearing his fame. He described his master's condition to him. Bhutdev came to see him and understood his mind with the power of his mantra. He asked him, "Are you really restless to see the Princess Chandraprabha?" Hemant nodded. He said, "I can arrange the meeting." Then he gave a tabiz to Hemant and said to him, "As you will tie this tabiz on your body, you will be converted into a fine young woman, and when you will untie it, you will be returned to your original form. This is how you can see her." "But how will I go inside?" Buddhadev said, "I have a way." He converted himself into an old man and tied the tabiz on Hemant's arm. Hemant was converted to a beautiful young woman, and both went to the king. He said to the king, "Maharaj, you are very kind. I am a poor old Brahman. I wish to go for a pilgrimage. This is my daughter. She will not be able to go with me. So, if you keep her, I will be able to earn some punya. When I will come back, I will take her." The king agreed. He sent that woman to his daughter in his inner apartments. Buddev told Hemant that he would come back in a week time. Till then, he can live with her. Then he will see further. In the inner apartments, Chandraprabha got a new friend. When they were alone, he came into his original form. The princess was very happy to see him. Both were happily. Nobody could notice anything. When that week had passed, none of them could know. Buddhadev had come back to take him, but Hemant requested him to give him one more week. Buddhadev agreed, and Hemant stayed back there for one more week. O Vikramaditya, it so happened that the king's minister's son got attracted to Hemant's woman form. He wanted to marry her, so he requested the king that he should be married to her. King asked him to wait till Buddhadev comes. Now that another week was also over, Buddev had come again to take him. The king proposed to Buddev for his daughter for his youngest minister's son. Buddev said politely, Maharaj, I will tell you after asking my daughter. Hemant was brought in his women form. Buddev asked her about the proposal. He clearly refused it. Now Hemant had come out of the palace. He told Buddev that the princess is pregnant. Buddev got happy to hear this, as he can get married to her on the basis only. Hemant was satisfied. Buddev went away. Then Hemant went to king and asked the hand of Chandraprabha. The king clearly refused. At this, Hemant said, the princess is expecting my child. Still, the king didn't agree. Hemant got disappointed with the king's answer. When the king asked Chandraprabha, she told him everything clearly. Still, the king refused to marry her to Hemant. Hemant got so much shocked by this refusal, then he committed suicide. Now you judge, was the king not responsible for this sin? Was the king not worthy to be punished? Vikramaditya thought for a while, then said, No, Betal, the king did right. How? Listen. Whatever this world sees, only that is truth. Whatever is done at the back is not considered the truth. That is why it was all right for the king to refuse go Hemant to marry his daughter. Then why did Hemant committed suicide? Because he himself was at fault. The minister's son was also attracted to Hemant's women form. Then why didn't he committed suicide? He lived very well. This is my justice, that whatever sees the world, that is only the truth, rest is a lie. Betal said, You are right, Vikramaditya. He laughed heartily, ran away from his shoulder. This time Vikramaditya didn't feel bad. He again pulled Betal from the tree, put him on his shoulder and started walking. Betal again started speaking, O Vikramaditya, listen further. Thus Hemant died. When the princess knew it, she became very sad. At the same time, she gave birth to a son. The king gave that boy to a woman to raise him and started to make an arrangement for marrying of princess to another prince. Once prince was ready to marry her, she was so married to him. Both started living happily. After some time, Hemant's son grew old and came to see his mother, but she refused to accept him as her son. Now tell Vikramaditya, does any mother do this to her son? Is this not a sin? Vikramaditya said. This son is a princess, was an illegitimate. How could she accept him as her son? Betal said. Then was it a womanish behavior? Yes, you are insulting the whole woman class. And he again ran away from his shoulder. Vikramaditya couldn't hold him back this time, but he had to take him to that yogi. So he went back again, put him on his shoulder and started his journey. I hope you guys like this story. If you want more interesting stories from our channel, please do like, share, comment and subscribe to Chinnari Kadalu. Thank you so much.